We have AVAX versus the dollar being requested by Mr. BK. We'll do a general overview for this one. This one's rather interesting right here. We do have a reversal in progress right now. We do have a slew of lower highs coming in from August 24th. And then, of course, this one right here on 6th of September. And then we do have lower lows as well by definition closing on the last one just yesterday for the 7th of September. Looking pretty nasty right there. Daily Jewel is getting a downside signature. Now, we don't necessarily have DMI joining that signature just yet, but this would be your traditional hold your short signal for now. And I probably would be looking for a move back down and to test somewhere around about 31, or sorry, what was that? 32 and a quarter, 31 and a half to 32 or so, somewhere in that region right there. And then very likely a bounce implied as well. I wouldn't necessarily call a further breakdown just yet until we see a closure below that level on a daily. And that's where things could really start to fall apart for this one, all the way down to about 23 and a half to 24 bucks. And I'll be looking for the next sort of set of bounce right there. But again, I do kind of hold onto a bit of hoping right here around the market, mostly because we do see some sort of bear trap setups, not for AVAX right here to be fair, but for some other coins within this market. And for for what it's worth right now, the monthly is literally just where it was right when this thing started. So a little bit of short-term downside very likely implied. Weekly has already kind of played out the bearish divergence, and again, if it does want to play out one more drive lower, that would be kind of towards that $24 to $25 target or so. But for right now, just looking at the lower term timeframes, I would be looking for one more swipe to the downside, very likely a bounce there, and then we'll see, and then we'll come back to it over the next day or two. I do want to see, however, what it looks like on momentum charts over here, and then we'll talk about where bear trap possibilities would be. But daily momentum remains to the downside as long as below about 40 and a half bucks. One's rather interesting. Oh, no, it's not as interesting as what I thought it was going to be. Yes, we do see volatility once again spiking up on on a continuation downside move, and of course trend is now in that direction as well. What do we look like on the 4 hour right here? 4 hours actually going to be popping up with any sort of a closure above 35.71, so that would kind of align with a bit more short-term sideways. And in hourly, what are we looking like right here? Yeah, freshly crossing down. So very, very short-term, I would be looking for another swipe around the lows, as we did speak about, but I don't think it breaks down just yet. Even if you are the biggest bear right now, I wouldn't necessarily hold my breath on that statement, but let's see what it looks like on the 5-day here too. That does look pretty damn nasty, to be fair. And we do have bearish divergence there as well. And that actually would align with the downside target as well. So very, very interesting. Anyways, where would I start to confirm a bit of a bear trap on this one? This one's actually not as compelling to the upside, to be fair. But back above about 47 and a half bucks, I would start to call this a bear trap, and I would be looking for basically a run towards the prior all-time highs with about 59 bucks and probably continuation of the macro rally. But for right now, this one's certainly under a little bit more pressure than a lot of the other ones that we've seen today. So I would be cognizant of that. Although I'm not necessarily looking for like a full-on meltdown just yet, just another swipe of the lows, very likely a bounce after that, and then come back to it after that. Maybe it does hit the bear trap scenario, in betwixt there, but again, that is where I'd be looking for on that one, and hopefully that was helpful, sir.